So my name is Lee Cook. I'm going to talk about automated visual verification. I work at a company called Aqueduct, which is an agency around the corner. It's basically doing diffs of browser screenshots of different versions of your build, and it runs as part of your CI pipeline. This is not new. Guardian have been doing it for years, and several other people have been doing it as well. Go faster. Oh. So 99% of all our tests cover functional stuff. We very rarely actually test the UI. It's probably just as important, especially when you've got responsive layouts. Your API is not everything. There's 3 different main tools at the moment. There's Phantom CSS from Huddle, Huxley from Instagram, and Rafe from BBC News. Basically JavaScript, Python, or Ruby. We chose to use Phantom CSS because it's all in JavaScript, which our front-end team knows really well. And I don't like Ruby or Python, so we didn't want to introduce a new platform into our environment, and it seems to be pretty actively maintained. So it's pretty simple, just pure JavaScript. You take a screenshot of an element on your page, and then you can which outputs a file, and you can compare those 2 files, and you get like a diff output, which you'll see on the next slide. So what it does, it overlays 2 different versions, or the 2 screenshots over the top of each other, so you can see where something's not quite aligned or it's changed between the previous build, which is quite handy. So obviously we can run these tests as part of your CI pipeline, and it's just running using Casper.js, which there's plugins for TeamCity or Jenkins or Go or whatever else you want to use as your CI platform. So it's been pretty good for us, but it doesn't work on a new project for the first few sprints because you're still building out stuff, and your stuff changes way too quickly, and you get so many false positives. It's not worth doing. It's also not good when you're using a CMS because if you've got content, that can break your screenshot test pretty quickly, so you need to control that really well. We used to fail the build when there's a difference, but we don't anymore because we like to have someone actually manually verify that it's actually broken. So we send an email or a message on HipChat for someone to check that it is actually broken. So yeah, only start doing this once you've got a stable front-end build, whether it's on a beta release or a canary release or something. So our designers like this tool, but they want to actually compare it against the PSD, which is scary. Don't quite know how I'd do that, but there you go. It also seems quite a duplication of our acceptance tests using WebDriver, so we're kind of repeating the same steps twice, so it'd be nice if we could do the same things once. You still need to do manual testing, of course, because this is not going to find all your bugs in your front-end code. They're never going to go away, manual testers, unfortunately. So that's the code. You can get it all on GitHub. I didn't write any of it. I just stole it, which was quite nice. That's about it. Okay, 5 minutes.